Hey y'all, Jagger here. It is currently 9:21 a.m. where I am at right now. And I have coffee right next to me, and I've been thinking for like the past day, since there's been a lot of FNaF movie news coming throughout this year so far. I have been thinking to myself, about stuff I want to see in the FNaF movie because of all the teasers coming out, and I'm slowly starting to stop looking at them because I'll run into a spoiler sooner or later. But I'm making this short video to sort of illustrate or talk about what certain small things I want to see in the FNaF movie. So, I, like any other YouTuber says, let's go ahead and hop right into it, shall we? Now, one thing that I don't want to see in the FNaF film at all is that I don't want to see dumb, overused horror tropes that mainly date back to like the days of Friday the 13th, I guess. And one example I could give is like a character not believing another character, and then they investigate an area they should not be doing because it's like all dangerous and whatnot, and then they turn around and say, "Oh, hey, there's nothing to worry about, man," and then they get absolutely by what they should be worried about. I'm starting to hate that trope in a lot of movies because I just think that's kind of a cheap way to add shock value to what's going on, because I guess what the executives would think of a scene like that is that maybe they're expecting the audience to be like, "Oh, hey, yeah, everything is okay," but nope. It's used in so many movies that I don't even want to list any of them, and that's one thing I don't want to see. Another thing I don't want to see in the FNaF movie is the overuse of snarky, sarcastic characters. An example of this can be found in a movie released in 2020 called The Babysitter Killer Queen. Now, I am not a fan of this movie. I actually really liked the first Babysitter film a lot more compared to this sequel. Now, I don't think that movie is good for various reasons, but one scene in particular has Jenna Ortega screaming the life out of her lungs for absolutely no reason, and then the teacher in that room says,
"You crazy bitch."
And, yeah, I just feel like it's just cringe. I can tell that the film wants to be very hip and cool to a certain audience, but like I'm 17 and this doesn't work for me, honestly. One last note that I don't think I want to see in the FNaF movie is the overuse of memes. I don't want to see that at all. It's just immersion breaking, and just loses my fear entirely if more than one meme is like interacted with by a character. And shout out to TylerLand264 for making a pretty darn good video on fan service in the FNaF movie. Shout out to her if she's watching this. But yeah, I don't think I agree with Tyler on this. I don't think memes can work at all. They should not. I don't know, maybe Buff Helpy or the 8-bit purple guy could be like kids' drawings, maybe seen in the background that don't have any focus at all. But I don't know. One thing that I've seen being brought up a lot when it comes to making the FNaF movie is the fandom discussing the use of YouTubers in the FNaF movie. Like, would they have a role? Like MatPat or Markiplier. In all honesty, I don't think any of them should have like a main, I guess either a main character role or even a side character role. I think they can work as cameos, maybe as just like a quick, maybe as just like a janitor or maybe like a commercial guy voice or something. I guess that can work, but as actual characters important to the story, I don't think so. I agree with, let's just say, I agree with Tylerland264 in the sense that it would be kind of immersion breaking because these YouTubers, are so popular to the point where it would probably be more immersion breaking because of what they're known for, like on YouTube, doing goofy, funny, things. Now, to end off this video on another small note, I know the horrible thumbnail says otherwise, but I fully expect the movie to be PG-13. I do not think it will be R-rated, just simply because, there's a lot of... It's not just because there's a lot of younger FNaF fans, but, I do think the movie can get away with certain things with the PG-13 rating, like with the topic of child murders, which no will definitely not slide for a G-rated film, or PG tops. I think PG-13 is a good rating for the FNaF movie, which is not to say it can't be rated R. But also, to me, FNaF has always been in the PG-13 realm, to me, in certain ways. But yeah, that pretty much wraps this video up. I am not expecting Breaking Bad or Back to the Future levels of quality from the FNaF movie right here, but it's one of those things we're going to have to wait and see what the FNaF movie brings to the table. I'm not going to expect it to be like as great as or even greater than the Mario movie, but and have it turn out bad. So it's one of those things we're just going to have to wait and see on how it turns out and see if it is worthy of a movie trilogy. So, yeah. I know this video kind of came out of nowhere, especially because I have not really uploaded too much this past year so far. I do expect to upload a lot more this summer. And I've just been working on school projects to the point where God, I'm just so sick of school, I don't even want to try ranting about that because this is a FNaF video, So, yeah. God, how am I going to end this video without being hilarious?